jobs,
not for war.
We won't take it anymore.
Save money for jobs, not for war. We won't take it anymore.
And now I'd like to introduce Brother Gary Hall from the Union of Unemployed Workers.
All right, Gary.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming out. I really appreciate it. This is the first action of the UUW. UUW, Union of Unemployed People. You know, because of the crisis in this country, we feel it necessary that we develop a union. We gather around the banner of union because union signifies unity. Union signifies people banding together trying to accomplish something. So we're not trying to reinvent the wheel here, and so that's one of the main reasons why we chose and we think that the union is the way to go. Now, we know that there are millions of people that are unemployed, that are hurting, that are suffering in this economy. But let's face it, people, the corporatocracy, they don't have a plan. This government doesn't have a plan. We're doomed. We're doomed. Only we can save ourselves. Only we can save ourselves. That's why I believe that at this moment in time, that this is the movement that can really make some headway in this country. Because our numbers are growing. Our numbers are growing. Every day, there are more people added to the list of unemployed. What's going to happen? Those people have to realize that it is up to them to take control of their destiny and force the changes in this country. That's why we believe that at this time, in history, at this moment, that the UUW is a method and means by which we can begin to mobilize and bring about changes in this country. Now, I don't want to bore you with a lot of labor statistics about job numbers and all of this. I think everybody knows we're pretty much screwed. This country has not created enough jobs for the young people coming into the economy, for the people who have lost their jobs, who are highly educated, who can't get jobs. They're not creating enough jobs to meet the people's need. But guess what? The corporatocracy is not even trying to. That's not what they want to do. They like having this situation where people are fighting and scrambling over a few jobs. It's not their intentions to create full employment for everybody. It's not their intention. That's not what they do. They're happy with the way things are going right now. But I ask you, why do we allow them to rule and operate and conduct such a system that doesn't supply the needs of everybody? So, what we say, we have a demand. We say to the corporate elite, we say to capitalism, if you can't provide, step aside. If you can't provide for the needs of all your people, step aside. That's our demand. They say that Occupy doesn't have demand. We have a demand. The unemployed people, people without jobs, underemployed, we're not going to take it anymore. We're going to take control of our own destiny. And we know that we're going to have to take to the streets. There's going to be more of this rather than less of this. Now today, I look out at the crowd here and I see that I'm mostly speaking to the choir. Everybody here, most people here, we already know the situation is screwed. So what's our job? Our job is to connect with the people that's on the sideline, that's sitting down with a bottle of pop, with a bowl of popcorn in their hand, watching the show. We gotta let them know that this affects them. You know, one of the problems that we face because of the unemployment crisis and because people have been unemployed for so long, they are demoralized. They're negative. They feel bad. And so this are the headwinds that we are fighting against. It's not going to be easy connecting with these people because so many people feel like there's no hope. So many people feel like there's nothing can be done. So that's what we're going to have to push against, and that's what we organize against. But you know what? I'm committed. And I want you who also feel the need to get with this effort to commit yourself to it. I'm not going to tell you it's going to be easy. It's going to be one of the hardest things to do because of the apathy that's out there. One of the hardest hit groups, demographics, African Americans, people of color. They've been so affected by unemployment crisis that they're a little apathetic about it. And you can't blame them. So what's our job? Our job is to reach people and get them to know that they have to begin to take some responsibility and get together and organize and get behind an effort that's going to bring about some changes, because we stand the most to lose. We're the ones that's suffering the most. So I want to ask this question. How many of you out here got jobs? Raise your hand. Come on now, don't be ashamed. We're happy that you got a job. That's good, that's great. How many of you are unemployed? All right. So what we need everybody, whether you got a job or whether you don't, sign up, join our union, don't matter what group you're in, what politics you're in, we all got a common thing that affects us all. This unemployment issue affects each and every one of us. Now I was talking to a friend of mine, comrade, her name is Mbika, and I was saying that capitalism is in crisis. And she said, capitalism is in crisis, we're in crisis. You know, of course she's right. We're in crisis. Capitalism, in many aspects, they're doing fine, because all income streams lead into their greedy pockets. They like having this situation where we're fighting and competing over jobs and whatnot. So what we have to do is we have to fight back. We have to push back from that. They have convinced us that to have a job is a privilege. They have convinced us that not everyone is entitled to a life, to a job. They have convinced us of this. This is what we fight against. They think they've convinced us that we don't deserve a life. We don't deserve, you know, we have to fight to do away with this paradigm. And we say, again, if they can't provide, step aside. So,
You can't provide, step aside.
That's right. If you can't provide, step aside. Let the working class provide a system that's going to meet our needs. And when you think about it, why would it be any other way? Why do we allow them to rule, and yet they can't provide a system that is going to meet our needs? So only we can save ourselves. Only we can save ourselves, people. If you wait for somebody to ride in on a white horse to save the working class, you can forget it. Now, Obama talks about saving the middle class. Say we got to save the middle class.
No!
As if in that statement, he concedes that the poor and the working class is already dead.
Right.
Are we dead?
No!
Are we dead?
Hell no!
Why do we act like we dead?
That's right.
Because they treat us like we dead. Well, we say no more.
No more!
We say we're not going to take it no more.
I can't take it no more!
So how many of you are ready to roll up your sleeve and get busy and build this union and make it happen? This is not the end of a movement. This is the beginning of a movement. I believe this is the only, you know, we 1,000 whacks against the wall of capitalism may not bring it down. Every struggle is important. Every struggle is important. Every whack against that wall is important, because it weakens that wall. And we don't know which whack is going to be the one to bring it down. But we believe that if we get behind one singular issue, organizing unemployed workers whose numbers is growing exponentially daily, and take to the streets and force the changes that we need, that is the way forward. That is the way forward That is the way forward. That's what we must do. Now, I was listening to John Lewis on KPFA the other day. He was talking about Martin Luther King, and he made a statement that made me think. He said, the reason why Johnson feared King was because everywhere King went, he took 50,000 people with him. That's why he feared him, because he had the masses of people behind him. Capitalism isn't going to fear us with a poultry full of folks. But when we get the masses of people out here, that's what gets their attention. That's what we have to do. Thank you very much.